Veteran Salute is sponsored by the DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers.
A Bennington native has seen so much in his 95 years, including 2 wars.
KSN's Gwen Bevel caught up with him and has his story in tonight's Veteran Salute.
Larry Crow now calls Wichita home and says it was a high school friend of his who encouraged him to attend the National Youth Administration. It was there he learned a skill that helped him land in the Navy Air Branch.
I made a lot of these because they're easier to do on my lathe.
Larry Crow enjoys passing time, making beautiful creations. He says the last 9 decades have really flown by, and in his days as an aviation radioman in the Navy Air Branch, they certainly did.
I had one of the best pilots anybody could possibly have.
Crow logged 2,000 hours in Sea Patrol bombers.
And they had a flight deck behind the pilot, which housed all our radar equipment on one side of the aisle and all of our radio equipment on the other side.
He says the crew flew night patrols, waiting for Japanese subs that needed to surface to recharge their batteries.
So they surfaced at night so they wouldn't be seen.
But Crow and the crew were watching from above.
But our particular crew picked them up on radar and then was able to fly over and drop depth charges. So my pilot confirmed that we made a hit on that submarine, and he gave me the information which I relayed back to the commander in charge of the fleet.
Following World War II, Crow used the GI Bill to attend college. He was then recalled for the Korean War and spent time aboard the USS Boxer.
Pilots would report that their radio wasn't working correctly. We'd go pull the radio, take it to the shop, and overhaul it, and then put it back in the planes.
Crow's second tour of duty took him away from his new bride for nearly 2 years, but they went on to enjoy 59 years of marriage and raise 5 children before she passed. Just about 8 years ago, Crow found love again, someone he'd known since his freshman year at K-State.
I knew I could get some of the walnut wood and turn it on my lathe.
And his wife Ruby got the very first special timepiece he created. When he's not in the basement making those beautiful creations, Crow shares his other talent with others through the Georgetown Readers Theater. And after he graduated K-State, he worked for IBM in the engineering division. He says when he started, there were computer rooms, and he says now he can accomplish so much on just his cell phone. Here for you, Gwen Bevel, KSN News 3.
Tonight, we salute Larry Crow for his service during World War II.
On behalf of DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers, we're honored to be here with Larry Crow. Mr. Crow not only served in the Korean conflict, but also later served in World War II. Mr. Crow, honored to have you as our Veteran of the Week, and thank you for your service, sir.
I'm so thankful that I was able to serve in the U.S. Navy Air Branch.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the DeVaughn James Injury Lawyers.